Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Entrepreneur. Welcome to my vlogging channel. And this is a topic that I am kind of hesitant to talk about because I don't want to be opening up old wounds. And I know by the mere virtue of making this video, I'm kind of inviting trouble into my life again. And it's trouble that I truly do not want. And thus I am going to try to make my argument as silently as respectfully as possible, because I'm not here to cause drama. And I am putting this on the vlogging channel because it is a personal experience that I want to discuss, and that is, what do you do about trolls and harassers? Now, there's a few things that they don't tell you about on YouTube. They don't tell you how good it feels to get 100 subscribers. They don't tell you how it feels to get 1,000 subscribers. They don't tell you what it feels to get 10,000 subscribers. They don't tell you that you will make friends doing this, and your life could potentially be changed in ways that you cannot dream about. They do not tell you what your response is supposed to be when you're out in public and somebody recognizes you. I was doing consulting work for a company, minding my own business, and the guy who hired me came in and said, hey, Kevin, one of our workers, he watches you on YouTube. He wants to meet you. And I took my first fan photo with this person. And it was, it's a surreal experience. There's a lot of good things that can come out of having a hit YouTube channel. I know this specific channel isn't a hit yet. It might be one day, and that's the goal. Now that I've gotten some experience being on YouTube, I want it to be the goal. They also don't prepare you, though, that in some cases people will hate you. They will hate you for who knows what. They will hate you because they disagree with your opinion. That's fine. I mean, I think you shouldn't hate people for having different opinions, but I can understand why that would rub you the wrong way. It certainly rubs me the wrong way. They don't tell you that people will spam you, that they'll troll you because they think it's funny. They might not even hate you. They just think it's funny to make fun of you. That they won't like you because of your lisp or the way you talk. That they won't like you because they think you're fat. They won't like you because you don't care for an opinion of theirs. There's a lot of reasons people might not hate you. Or they might not like you, I should say. And then they really don't tell you that some of these people will hate you so much they will take every opportunity that they can to basically harass you. They will leave nasty comments in your comment box. They will leave nasty comments on other people's channels. They will make videos about you, making fun of your weight, that you're a hypocrite. They will take a mistake that you admitted to making 4 or 5 years ago, and you are a scammer. And no matter how many times you apologize for that, it will not be enough. And people do not tell you that these people can make you extremely stressed and in some cases depressed. You start to wonder, am I really that bad of a person? I mean, I must be. This person, these people, because I have multiple people who, for lack of a better word, won't leave me alone sometimes. And you wonder, I must be a bad person because these people hate me so much. And you get depressed sometimes. You really get depressed. But after a while of doing this, and after talking with other friends who are in this YouTube space, who I did make while on this 3+ year journey so far, they've given me advice, they've given me counsel, they've given me insights. And probably the biggest insight that I have learned is to stop worrying and love the trolls. Now, not love them in the sense that, you like them, because people who hate you, it's very hard to love them in that sense. Even though I'm the kind of person who is always willing to work things out, if possible. And by the way, with some of the people that I've referenced, I have asked them in public, do you want to talk personally and work things out? And they have said no. And that's their right. They don't have to make nice with me if they don't want to. But then at the same time, they're still coming to my channel. They're still making videos. And they're still, making fun of whatever. Now, not recently, like a month ago, someone made a video about me and they said some things that were really not nice. And it's not even the first time this person made those videos. They've made them before. And another UberTuber, who I will not name, sent me a text basically saying, don't listen to this person, you are well respected. I called this person, asked what was going on, and he or she, I don't want to, well, okay, there's only one she, so yeah, it was a he. We talked about it, and he pretty much summed up the video and explained what it was, which by explaining what that video was, it explained the comments. And said to save my time. It wasn't worth watching. Well, a few weeks go by, and of course I ignore it, but you get a little curious sometimes when someone's saying something about you. You have to wonder what is being said. So I watched the video, knowing full well that it was going to be unkind and having a pretty good idea what it was. And I watched it, and it was very interesting because it didn't have the power over me that I thought it would have. I watched this person insulting me, making noises, calling me all sorts of animals, saying something about the zombie apocalypse. I don't know. And my reaction was, this is all very strange. This is a very strange thing to do. Like, for the first time, it kind of dawned on me this was not normal. It's like, okay, this is a cyberbully, essentially. And the arguments don't even make a lot of sense. One of the things he complained about was my weight, which, I hate to break it to him, I've lost over 70 pounds. I mean, I could still stand to lose 15 more, don't get me wrong, there's always a fight there. But it was kind of odd, in my opinion, that all this time later, it's probably been like a year at this point since he's basically been publicly ridiculing me, and I've lost a lot of weight, and that was still one of his big complaints, that I was fat. And I couldn't outrun a zombie or something like that. It was bizarre. And it was actually kind of funny then once I started thinking about that. And then I did something that is kind of difficult to do. I read a bunch of negative comments about me. And it's amazing how vicious people can be. I went through my spam folder, had a lot of FUs, had a lot of you're fat, had a lot of you're irrelevant, had a lot of this, a lot of that. And I realized something. It gets better. Now, I know that that's a phrase for suicide prevention, and it does get better, but the thing is, one of the things that contributes to suicide, the suicidal thoughts, I should say, is cyberbullying. And there was no way for me to be prepared for how bad cyberbullying was going to be. And how should I put this? I think I fed into it for the longest time, being passive-aggressive at my critics. In some ways, I might even still be passive-aggressive, but I try not to be. I realized that what these people wanted, they weren't legitimately concerned about my well-being. They weren't concerned that I do the right thing. They weren't concerned about anything but bullying me. And I talked to one of these people on Instagram and kind of got them to admit that hey, you did this thing and I will not be satisfied with you. I will never have respect for you until you pay this person back. And my response was, well, I don't know how to do that. It was over 3 years ago. I cannot get in contact with that person anymore. If I could, of course I would. I learned a lot since then. But it's not going to happen. And you're either going to have to accept that or you're going to have to leave me alone. and I have not heard back from that person. And I think I haven't heard back from that person because I signaled at that point I was done playing games. I wasn't going to get into any more fights. This wasn't fun. It wasn't cute. I just had to move on from it. Now, I'm not going to say this person respects me, but I think, at least maybe, that I could be completely wrong. Maybe they thought at that point it was a waste of time to even ask anymore because they laid out their terms and I basically said no. Or maybe they got bored of me. I don't know. But that combined with the other video just being overall strange, I realized I don't have to let them get to me. And it's okay if they don't like me. To be frank, I don't like myself sometimes. I mean, there were sometimes I was like so hard on myself just in life in general. I remember thinking like, I hate myself. I can't stand myself. I don't like anything about myself. But here's the thing. I realize, and a lot of it has to do with meeting Katie. Someone who I do not deserve to have in my life, who is way nicer and kinder and sweeter than I have any right to have. And she loves me for who I am. And you know what? I have more subscribers than these boys. I'm not saying subscribers are everything. But that means a lot of people like what I do. And if you look at the like to dislike ratio, consistently I get more likes than dislikes. And I work with other Uber-tubers. Like, they come on my podcast. I'm invited to their channels. They talk to me. They are not talking to these individuals for the most part. And that's not to say these individuals are not worth something, whether through their videos or personally. I believe that they have value both as YouTubers and as people, even if we don't get along. And I realized after thinking about all this, the best thing I could do was learn to stop worrying and love the troll. The title actually comes from a Stanley Kubrick movie called Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. It's a satire on the Cold War paranoia where Stanley Kubrick was going to make a serious movie about the dangers of Cold War annihilation, nuclear war. And the more he read about the circumstances that would have to lead up to a Cold War, the more absurd he found it. And he rewrote it to be a comedy, and thus the subtitle, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. And the movie's funny, by the way. It's absolutely hilarious. I highly recommend it. It has Peter Sellers in an Oscar-nominated multiple role performance. It's absolutely it's great. I love that movie. And I realized something. The extent at which these people will go on hating me was so absurd, I couldn't help but laugh. So when they started making comments like calling me a loser, I LOL'd it. When they said, oh, you're trying to kickstart your wedding, I LOL'd it. When they said, do politicians lie about things or scam people? First of all, yeah. Have you not been watching the news recently? But secondly, I just kind of shrugged it off. And the more you shrug them off, they say some crazier and crazier things to the point you realize, there's no reasoning with these people. But here's the thing. They're still giving you attention. And they're probably disliking your videos, but here's the thing about the like and dislike bar. Because I started working with this like bar early on, and I would see the thumbs down. I would start freaking out. Like 3, 12, 19 people don't like my videos. You know what? It doesn't matter. They thumbs it down. That shows YouTube algorithm that there's interaction. If it is the most disliked video on YouTube, you are going to have more views than most videos out there. That's just the way it is. The bad comments, they're nasty. They contribute to your videos. They help you financially. So I kind of decided I would embrace it. I would not let it bother me. And some of these people, they're going to get blocked or banned or hidden on the channel because They're so consistently rude and mean-spirited. I don't need to read them. But you can block them and they'll still leave comments and it still helps the channel. I just realized, you know what? And there's like another UberTuber out there who I think named his channel as a response to my channel. Because he refers to a lot of people. He hasn't named anyone by name. But, you know, he complains about crybabies on YouTube. And, yeah, I've heard that one before. And one of the things he says that's true is that you are the controller of your own destiny. Nobody's going to do it for you. Now, I agree, and the irony is that I don't think he sees that I am in control of my own destiny. Yeah, I'm on YouTube complaining about rideshare, but I'm making a lot of money doing it. So clearly I'm in control of my destiny. I'm doing it for a reason. But it's true. It's absolutely true. And just because some people don't like the way you do things, that you're irrelevant or you do this or that, you know, it doesn't matter. You're in control of your own destiny. You've got to be happy about this. So I have now, and I waited a few months before doing this. For the last few months, I had been at total peace with the trolls and the commentators. The people who say they hate me. The people who say I'm worthless. The people who say I'm fat. People who say I'm irrelevant. You know what? Perfectly fine with them now. Learn to embrace them. You know what? They're contributing to the conversation. And hey, you know what? If you think I'm irrelevant, well, you know, let's have a conversation about that. Let's talk about why. I'm always open to talking with people about these things. They rarely accept my invitation, but I'm open to talking about it. And if people have a disagreement with me, you know, it's not the end of the world. I have disagreements with them. That's fine. I have learned to accept people and their differences. If they can't do the same, that you can't change that. I just realized I'm blessed. I am really blessed. I have great viewers. I have a wonderful fiance. I have a great family. And yeah, there's some issues. There's a couple issues with the family sometimes. And yeah, sometimes money is tight, especially when you're saving for a wedding. That's all fine. But I'm not going to let the haters or the trolls get to me anymore. They want to complain. They are free to complain. They want to call me a loser. They're free to call me a loser. Doesn't make it true. That's their opinion. And I've learned to not let it depress me so much anymore. So that's my thoughts on it. And my advice to you is if you're ever going to start doing YouTube and you start getting a bit of a following, surround yourself with good people who love you, who can help you out, and realize it will pass. It will get better. Don't listen to the haters. Some of them really don't even care about you, to be honest. They just want a reaction. Don't give it to them. Or if you're going to give them a reaction, let them know that they don't bother you. So, anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you for watching this vlog channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like or dislike below. I don't care. I'm open to all opinions. And as always, flame responsibly. And I'll see you later.